chopping the wood like Kiki Shepard. 2 tattoos, 1 red, no apologies. The other said love is cursed by monogamy.
Day 3.
That the pastor don't preach.
Day 3.
That a teacher can't teach.
Day 3. Welcome. How you guys hanging in there at home? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Warrior Con. Warrior Con. Those of you who have not been to Warrior Con or anything Warrior, you guys are like new into the game, maybe about the book, something like that. Yeah, I don't think this is what you were expecting. This is a wild, wild ride. So super excited. So we're gonna get loose as you guys are coming in. Make sure you got your coffee. Make sure you got, we may bring Charles up here again and get a little workout on. I think we might actually do that. Let's see. We do have time. Let's see. Let's see if we can find Charles out here. Charles, where are you? Aha, there he is. Come up here, my man. Come up here, my man. All right, we're gonna bring Charles up. He's gonna help you guys at home. He's gonna help you guys, get your sweat on. You didn't even have to work out today. We're gonna bring Charles up here, and Charles is gonna get us going. So they just haven't turned the screens on, but there's the people we're talking to right here, right into that camera. So I'm gonna give the mic to you, and you're gonna give them instruction. We're gonna do a little workout this morning. You guys out here, you're also participating just because we're talking to that camera. So if you didn't work out today, this is your opportunity to check that off your list. Charles, you're gonna be able to get us going. Okay, so tell the beautiful people home. Oh, hey, what's up? We got the cameras up now. Oh, there they are. What's up, Matthew? Matthew's enjoying breakfast. All right, enjoying breakfast. You're gonna get your workout on and breakfast. There's Ben. What's up, Ben? Larry? Jesus? Daniel? Walter? Blake? What's up? Robert? Okay, all of you at home, on my virtual team, up on your feet. Up on your feet. Matthew, you're gonna have to put your breakfast down. All right, Charles, I'm gonna give the mic to Charles. Charles, what are we doing, bro?
All right, we're gonna build on what we did yesterday. We're gonna add a little something in. We're gonna do 30 jumping jacks, 20 squats, 10 push-ups for 3 rounds, non-stop. 30 jacks, 20 squats, 10 push-ups, back up on your feet, repeat for 3 rounds. We're gonna get the blood pumping, we're gonna prime those legs, get the upper body going, get the heart going. We're gonna get you guys centered and focused.
All right, you guys got that, right? You guys got that, right? Okay, everybody's up. It looks like everybody's up. All right, let me get these guys in the game too. All right. Everybody on your feet. Everybody on your feet. What's the order? Jumping jacks? 30 jumping jacks, 20 squats, 10 push-ups, 3 rounds. 20 jacks. Yeah, there we go. No, I don't think so. That's a bad idea. Let's do these kind of jacks. Oh yeah, you can get up on the stage. Hop up here. Everybody at home's ready. You guys can see this. We got this going on. All right, I'm gonna give the mic to you though, Charles. You're gonna call this out. All right? Okay, everybody got space? About to get your sweat on. All right, Charles is the lead on this one, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna begin with 30 jacks. Every time your hands come above your head, you're gonna give me that count. We're gonna all count together. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are we clear? Ready? And let go. 1, 2, 3, we're going to 30. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, come on, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, guys, we're gonna get 20 squats. We're gonna count when we stand. Are we clear? Ready, set, down, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale down, exhale up. Come on. Get to 20. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Yup. Come on. Feel it. Come on. Yup. 2 more. Beautiful. All right, guys, push-up position. We will count on the up. Down, up. That will be your count. Are we ready? Are we clear? Down, up. Good. Come on. Give me 10. You got it. Stay together. 7. Stay together. Yup. Back on your feet, gentlemen. That's round one. We got 2 more rounds.
And I'm pulling an audible. That was it. I'm tired. Go back to your seats. Go back to your seats. I'm not a fitness guy. What the hell is this shit? Good job. Oh, welcome. Got to get that heart pumping. Got to get breathing. So there's a reason we do core 4. We got to get you grounded in the game. So today is an important day. All right, today's the day we talk about having it all. It's the whole reason we're doing this game. That's the whole reason we played the first 2 days. Got to get clear about where you're at. Start to paint the vision of where you want to go, right? Obviously, so you can have it all. So hope you guys are ready and grounded in that game. Chris, Chris, you're not even there. Chris's camera's on. Good job, Chris. Dave, what's up, brother? Christopher Scott in the house. Everybody repping the King shirt. Let me see your King shirts. Oh, Dante's switching it up. That was close. I almost caught you, bro. Let me see that King. Put your King to the camera. If you got a King shirt on, let me see it. There we go. Oh, yeah, that looks sweet. Eddie, I love it. Bob. This is Ben Taylor. Christian, what's happening? Carlos. All right, everybody shopping in the chat if you are ready. Say, I am ready. I am ready into the chat. Say, I am ready into the chat. There we go. Oh, yeah, Bob's ready. Doug's ready. Jason's ready. Jeremy's ready. Ben's ready. Oh, yeah, we just got a couple of minutes, so we're going to get this on. Having it all. Andrew Edwards, what's up, brother? What's happening? We go. Curtis, drive safe. Drive safely. There we go. Yeah, you drive safe, man. Appreciate you being on here. Glad you're here. Jeremy in the house. Kelsch, is that right? Did I say your last name right? Jeremy Kelsch. What's up, brother? John Saint Saver. There we go. Welcome, Matt. Matthew Stafford, welcome to the game. Brad Carefoot, Eddie Story, Chris Huffman, welcome. This is exciting. I've got all the readies in the chat. You guys have got it down. Michael Lafferty, what's up, brother? You ready to play this game? You ready to play today? You ready to have it all? Oh, yeah. It's a have it all game. Ready to play this one. Ready to get inside of this one. So this is where we're going to be able to go. Right? Because there's a version of you that exists outside of your current reality that you can't even see. So the conversation yesterday was so important that you can just finally surrender and let go. Like literally let go of everything about you and what you think you know and about who you are. Because this version of you, this place of where we're going, this guy in you that has it all, across body, being, balance, and business, right? We've got to have it all to ultimately be free. So everything is building upon itself. So I know day 3, you're like, these are long days. Stay in the game. Stay in the game 100%. Because today is the day. We're going to fight. This is what starts to separate those who actually just want to talk about doing something and those who are actually going to get things done. Like those who are actually going to get results. It's easy to start out a race real fast. What's hard is to continue to go. So fight for yourself today. Stay here, be here, stay in the game. Those of you guys at home, just keep your cameras on. The breakout sessions are literally, Garrett's talked to you about this. Aspect of everything that it's not what's said here on the stage. It literally comes down to your ability to communicate what you're feeling, what the voice is telling you, what's God telling you, what you need to do. All right, so be in that space. Be in that space. All right. We ready? Are we ready? Welcome to day 3.
The marriage you want, the family that you want, the life that you want will be fueled by the business that you built. No matter how you look at it, this conversation of having it all that we begin here on day number 3 must be fueled. It must be fueled by faith, and it must be fueled by fire. Faith in what you have understood from yesterday. faith that critical decision number 2, that the revelation you got about who you can become, about the man that you must become, that faith itself is real. You demonstrated it. But today we're going to talk about fire and faith together, intertwined as one conversation. See, it takes faith to have it all. It takes faith to let go of what you've been. It takes faith to ultimately weaponize and mobilize yourself to go to war for what you have declared that you desire as your impossible freedom. This is not luck. It is not some happenstance. It is not some possibility that sits outside the realm of reality. Here in this place, men must go to fucking war. This is what you're being called to. A war zone between where you are and the place that you desire to go. A place where the blood covers your eyes and the stress and the fatigue of constantly colliding for what you want in marriage, colliding for what you want in business, colliding for what you want in money, colliding for what you demand in your relationships with your children. And colliding with the demands for a relationship with God that matters. Make no qualms about it and make no mistakes, my friend. Here in day number 3, you are going to make the most critical of all decisions. Do you have the faith to have it all? Do you have the faith to leap and leave the past and leap into the future at last? Many of you today, as we go down this conversation, will find the access point and can see the pathway to doing this alone. But today, many of you will make a declaration and a decision to yourself to no longer play this game alone again, ever again. That begins first with a relationship with God, a willingness to take a knee to that revelation. Today we will dive into the tools, the tactics, and the techniques that will support you on a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis to ultimately set yourself free. Because there are parts of you we're going to have to burn away. There are aspects of you that are going to have to be burned away. There are ways of thinking, operating, being. There are resources and times and talents. All of it is going to have to be fucking burned away. And in place, a new thing born. Day after day. Today you will decide if you have the faith to have it all. Yesterday, you made critical decision number 2. You declared what impossible freedom would look like for you in having it all. Day 1, you made critical decision, which was to own the foundational truth of where you are. Put these two together and the divine gap has opened. And inside of that place comes an opportunity for you to see the obstacles in the way. To see the mindsets in the way, to see the lack of skill sets in the way. Because amidst all of this conversation and narrative, your business sits at the core of all of it. Being, body, and balance sit as these ancillary experiences that are consumed and benefited and blessed by the moves that you make in business, and yet the moves that you make in body, being, and balance are directly affecting the game inside of business. And so it is a collaboration of 4 conversations, and today we're going to run down that game together. Today I'm going to put panels of men over and over and over again, speaking to the power of the work, the stack, the core, the door, and the game, the comprehensive nature that you are being called to play here in this place. Having it all is possible. Freedom is the outcome of having it all. And your business inside of that place matters. Today we will discuss the business of you. the business that you are operating in money, the business that you are operating inside of your body, being and balance. These four coming together to open up one specific door. And that's the door of courage and the door of faith. To pursue at all costs, using these weapons, to pursue the habitable lifestyle and to be free. To be free, my brother. Free in your body, free in your being, free in your balance, and free in your business. To be a free man. But to do that today, we talk as kings. We discuss kingdom and the idea of kingship. Today we discuss the stewardship and the responsibility you have as a businessman to your business. We discuss the responsibility you have to your marriage and to your children. We discuss the responsibility you have to God and to your body. Today, my brother, you will make a decision. This decision will be a literal decision today outside of your mind. Today, I'm going to invite you to come play with us here at Warrior. Today, I'm going to show you the weapons, the tools, the systems, and the process. Today, we're going to work together inside of those so that you have a deep, quenching thirst for them. And then we will extend an invitation to you today. It's a simple invitation. It's an invitation to not go away, but to stay here and play. It's to be with us for the rest of this year and next. It's to participate with us inside of council or launch. It's an opportunity for you to launch your warrior and to build your kingdom. And so as we go through today, sit back and allow yourself to feel. Feel no different than yesterday. And it seems impossible to others who then felt bad about themselves, and yet today this is not a day to feel bad about what you couldn't do yesterday. Today we will step in as a unified force of men. Today we will choose to play again. Today we will make commitment decision number 3, critical decision. Do you have the faith to liberate yourself from your captivity? Do you have the faith to go to war, to have it all?
Faith. That was the word. Faith. No guarantees. No assurances. Just faith. And it's one thing to get it. It's another thing to keep it. Some of you here are learning to demonstrate for the first time faith to have it all. Faith in a future bigger than the current reality you've tolerated. You're still in stage number 1 of that faith. Do I even have the faith to believe that this is even possible? Which precedes the action required to pursue it. Many of you sitting at home, this is the current state of affairs for you mentally. What is this? Where are we going? All we've done is a baseline of where I'm at and a direction of where I think I want to go in my money and my business, but I still don't understand what it is we're doing here. I get it. Kevin Ellis, Jonathan Woodman, Paul Rutherford, Ricky Evans, Peter Haas, David Castillo, Richard Orange, Troy Thompson. I get it. This is why we have a marketplace, particularly of businessmen and entrepreneurs, running around jerking themselves off mentally, buying every program and training and system and idea and this agenda and that, and yet the failure rates continue to be the same. They don't bring me into business events to train on business. The problem is not knowing what to do. This isn't the problem. In most situations in your relationship, the problem is not knowing what to do. You can pretend that you don't know what to do. You can pretend that you don't know what the answer is. You can pretend that you're not sure where to go. But in the end, 9 times out of 10, in my experience, you actually already know what you need to do. The challenge is you won't do it. Or you'll do it once, but then you won't do it again. See, when you start to peel back the game here at Warrior, and those who have proven the ability to obtain the crown jewel of having it all, you will find one simple thing, which is they have a ruthless commitment to continue to go all in. That faith must be accessed and leveraged every single day. To step in, some of you have already obtained this game. You have at a certain level hit the pinnacle of this experience of having it all. And in that place, you're now challenged with a far more difficult proposition than you did when you were in scarcity, when life wasn't working. The challenge is now it is. And this is where Mike Kottmeyer and I spent an entire year together, trying to uncover what's the point once you've obtained having it all. Do I just obtain more, have it all? What does this even look like? And yet this is a conversation most of you are not even in a position to even ask. You're not even in a position to have that conversation. It's like trying to talk about tax problems when you exit your business, yet you have not even built a business to exit. What do I do when I exit and I make $42 million on my exit? Motherfucker, you've not even sold your first product. And so we get excited and you watch 17 reels every day, trying to get yourself pumped up to do what's required, hoping that the hype will be there. Or you throw a Hail Mary and you go for a weekend and you hope that I can just magically through some process find myself. And then from that find myself, I go back into the shithole called my life I came from, and not a fucking thing changes, only it's worse this time. It's worse because now I have a taste for what's possible. I have a taste for what's true, but now I have no tools to actually realize that here. And the only ones that do are the ones who already had those skills before they came. So when we give it to the ignorant, they can do nothing with this. They cannot wage war. They cannot liberate themselves. We've been created incarceration at a deeper level. Because now they know what it feels like. And yet now they feel even more inadequate to fucking hunt it down in this life. Without the weapon, the protocol has limited power. Without the protocol, the weapon eventually turns on its holder. We don't marry these into a seamless process. Both ends will burn to the ground. All of this can go away None of it actually matters. Let go. Critical decisions are made here in this game. Like life or death decisions are made inside of Warrior every day. Let's talk about a sales funnel. Go fuck yourself. It's not complicated. You struggle with putting together a sales funnel, go fuck yourself. Any one of 10 amazing trainers have laid down exactly what to do, but you won't read and do what's required. You won't actually do what's required. I don't know what to do. Yes, you fucking do. You just won't do what's required. I don't know what to do in my marriage. Well, good news is no one's ever written any books, given any insight, and there are absolutely no content pieces on the internet whatsoever, Richard or Joshua or Rob or Josh, to help you with this. Except for the problem there is. And so information is no longer valuable. Knowing what to do is not valuable. Knowing things doesn't create value either. The only assurance of value is your ability to take what you have conceived and to produce it as fruit in this life. This is where Warrior steps in. We're a bridge, weapons to pull heaven to earth through you. There are lots of things that can be added to these weapons, things to accelerate them, improve them, speed them up. And just like a Glock in the hands of a man does not equal a weapon, the tools of Warrior in the hands of a man do not also equal a weapon. This entire game began with a question. It was a simple question. It was a question that many of you were part of in the beginning. You started down a path with me, the originators. Can I bring my slides up? The originators started with this idea right here. Have it all. This was the question. Could we have it all? What did this mean? Have it all. In the beginning, it was built under one simple idea, which was I could not seem to find the predictable power required to do what was required to pull my family financially out of a fucking hole I had put us in. This is how it began. There was nothing enlightened about it. There was nothing spiritual about it. There was no movement. There was no big vision. There was one thing. How the fuck do I get my family out of the economic hole? Because I knew what to do, but I wasn't doing it. And this idea came here. Could I have it all? I don't know where it even came from. I don't even know who sparked it. There were a series of conversations that happened over a number of years asking me, could I have it all? This is what we are declaring between the foundational facts and the impossible freedom. The freedom of having it all. But what does it matter? So what? You obtain what and have it all? I will have you consider the following. Having it all was the original order of man before the fall. This was who we were. We had it all. All of it. Body, being, balance, business. We had it all. We operated as man in abundance. No need. And in that place of abundance, we're given the opportunity to create and to conceive from a place of desire. And then the game flipped on its head, and fear became part of the conversation, and doubt became part of the conversation. Instead of being born into a conversation of abundance, we were born into a reality of scarcity. Our parents taught us, trained us to be fearful. Society taught us to be terrified, and the life around us began to invoke itself into chaos. Resistance and darkness plaguing and attacking on a daily basis. You go to bed, you wake up in the next morning, and that cell phone device is bombarding you with darkness. My men at home, how many of you can see what I'm talking about? Type in, I see it. Every day, your children being bombarded with darkness, propaganda, ideas, marketing initiatives, all hell-bent to turn your children into slaves. I want you to consider this. What is the ramification 15 years from now as your teenagers become 30? What is the consequence on employment? What is the impact on our systems? What is the impact on the world? How many of you in the room can acknowledge that we're not exactly breeding a generation of leaders? Raise your hand. In a world filled of cancel culture, pussified wokeism, we have a band of children being raised in a place where they are offended by fucking everything. They lack the ability to stand for anything and are open to everything. On the one side, they have seen the frailty of our systems and processes. They see through the bullshit inside of the game. How many of you can acknowledge that they do see it in many cases, the bullshit of the game? Raise your hands. So the challenge is not that what they're doing in defiance is a problem. This is not the problem. They are doing exactly what they were sent here to do, which is to smash the fucking game. So then the question is, what is our job? What are we to do? I will have you consider that we are here to build bridges for them. That we are here to lead them into a new world of operating. The challenge is, those who have been called to lead them have shrunk. Those called to stand and lead and liberate have doubted. Those who have been called to build these bridges have fucking failed. A man who does not have it all lacks the ability to stand and lead fully. This is a question I want you to consider. Why? Why is it that a man who does not have it all, where his body, his being in relationship with God, his balance in relationship with the queen and his children, and his business and his money, that all of it is not operating in abundance, why does this man lack the capacity to ultimately lead in today's game? You're going to discuss this in a group. Inside my room, you're going to get into groups of 4. And you're going to discuss this question. Why is it that a man may attempt to lead, but if he does not have it all, and his life is not operating in abundance in all 4 areas at the same time, why is this man handicapped as a leader in facing the conflict and the chaos that we are currently seeing in our society, in our families, in our children, and in our lives? If you're clear about the question here in the room, give me a clear. Clear. On your feet, gentlemen in the room, find 3 other men, get in a group, you're going to talk about it. Inside the chat, gentlemen, virtually, you're getting into groups of 4 or 5. We're going to go for 10 minutes on this. What are you seeing? Why is a man who lacks having it all as an idea inside of his world, why is he unable to lead? Gentlemen, you've got it virtually. Let's send him away. 10 minutes in 3, 2, 1, off you go. All right, give me, let's bring up Luis Rashad. Let's bring up Justin Aldridge. From virtual, let's give them a 2 minute up on virtual, and I'll come back to them here in a second once you guys got them up. So here in the audience, Scott Fielder, come up here. Pop that top for me. It looks good. Fix your hair. All right, so before he shares, there's a lot of reasons men come here. The outcome's the same, ultimate freedom and having it all. We're all going to the same place. Your definition of what freedom looks like is you, not me. I don't tell you what your freedom looks like. Many of you, what you call freedom, I call bondage. Couldn't fucking do it. Much of what I do, you call bondage. You're like, couldn't fucking do it. That's how it's supposed to be. We're not the same. We follow the same tools, we use the same protocols, but in the end, the output is different because your soul is uniquely yours. So we get to mirror off of each other, and I get to see things. Andrew, I get to bounce off you and David and Matt and Kevin, and I get to see things. And with Mike, we get to bounce off each other and see the possibility of what having it all could look like through another man's experience. How many of you know right now it's easier at times to be able to see what things look like looking at somebody else's life than looking at your own? I would have you consider that there's a certain stage in which you'll be able to shift that to where you'll see things in others, but it will tilt. And you'll see more in yourself every day in where to grow and less about worrying about what anyone else is up to. This shift is critical, but in the beginning, impossible. This is why we have this judgment campaign in our brain so we can see points of reference from other people. Like, oh, fuck, Brian Q. Davis is doing that. How's that possible? Hiram's doing that. Like, how is this possible? How is it being possible? Benjamin's pulling this off. Colin's pulling this off. And I see things that inspire me to want to go that direction. I'm like, oh, fuck, Colin has that. I want to do that. I don't know how he does that. That's inspiring how he pulled that off in his Have It All freedom. I want some of that. This other thing Colin's going, I don't want that shit. Don't like that shit, fucking ridiculous. I don't understand how the fuck he does it. What an idiot. On the flip side, he's looking at me going, dude, I really like this. And over here, he's like, Garrett's a fucking nut job. What a fucking idiot. If I had to be Garrett every day, I'd fucking shoot myself. I get it. There is a piece in all of us. I tell my wife, she's going to be here this afternoon. I was like, you chose this crazy. That was how she chose me. She said literally on an interview in front of everybody, her very first time being interviewed, how did you decide to marry your husband? He's like, he was like a train crash that I couldn't stop fucking watching. That was what, I was like, they're like, so do you love him? And she's like, oh yeah. But yeah, he's a train crash I couldn't stop watching. So I decided he was my bucket of crazy. My wife's a complete fucking psychopath. She is. Anxiety, obsessive about shit that doesn't make any sense, fucking weird about the way she engages with shit, and I love all of it. She's my crazy woman. She's my savage queen. Her formula with my formula creates nuclear creation. People are like, you guys shouldn't be together, Taurus and Gemini. That's impossible. That's why we chose each other before this game, because the tension to create that connection led to explosion in this world for us. Now, Scott, you came looking for a lot of things. We had a serendipitous connection last year. We saw each other on a plane.
Did.
And I was heading out to speak at Funnel Hacking Live last year. You were coming back from a meeting with Nick Long. And Light Help and the things you were up to in software were going big. And they were telling you, everyone's telling, hey, listen, you need somebody in your corner while you go through this transition to take the company public or sell, that someone in your corner. You and I hadn't seen each other in how long?
About 2 years.
It was probably 2 years. Like, it was crazy. We were both in first class on like a Delta flight or something, and I looked over my shoulder, and there you were, and then we were talking after. Next thing I know, like a day later, I'm at your motocross track with you and your boys, and then like a day later, you and I decided to run for a year one-on-one. The single most important piece that you were searching for that was causing the most instability for you was what?
My relationship with my wife.
Did
But
we
there's
do
more to it?
Yes. Did we do some work on that this year?
We did a ton of work.
Okay.
And that
Tell
was
us.
always the thing, right, that I was seeing versus what I should have been seeing.
So, my man, I love you. You're my brother, and this is your redemption. So this is your moment, not mine. Please share.
So you guys got to see me, do the 2-clap boom last night. You guys got to call me Stash. You've seen a guy up here who has talked about this 9-figure exit, right? That doesn't mean shit. This concept of have it all is why I came here about 4 years ago. What I didn't understand was that early on in my life, I had made a commitment to Jesus Christ. I had met this beautiful girl at 16 at the same church. Went forward through life and completely stepped away from that experience. Nah, I can do it on my own. I'm going to be the football star. I'm going to be that good surfer. I'm going to be the fucking cool guy, right? Going to be that successful business guy who decides to sit countless hours and code himself into a little empire that would ultimately crumble. And I did that, and I did that, and I did that. And I got hollow. There was nothing fucking there. And until this morning, I would tell you that that was still not there. And I didn't understand it. Her name is Janie. His name is Sullivan. His name is Porter. His name is Kendall. And her name is Huntington. And I've been pushing them away because of this thing that I have not had. This thing that I didn't understand until I worked out with some of you fuckers this morning, quietly with my earbuds in. I could not almost bring myself to put this fucking shirt on. Because I knew you didn't, me sitting right here, you had no fucking clue. But I've been running from Jesus Christ for 20 plus years. He's given me beautiful wife, beautiful children. He's given me money. He's given me success and opportunity. That's what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. And I've been blaming my wife the entire time. Hurting her. Being angry at her. Angry at my kids. A fucking liar. This morning, I was convicted that the thing that I came here to find was exactly what I knew 4 years ago, but I kind of held on to it a little bit. No, I'm gonna build the business. I'm gonna work with some of you guys and build a 9-figure business. Gonna look good, feel good, act like a fucking warrior. And the entire time I was neglecting what I came here for. It was him. The entire time. So I've been running, gentlemen, until now. And I thank all of you brothers for sharpening me so that I could see it. Finally, Garrett, for this place, I can see.
What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see that you haven't been able to see this whole time? Project Vacuum was never about her.
That's the thing that I've wanted the most, but in order for me to get there, I had to recognize that it was him the entire time who wanted me back. He said that on the sand, Lemuel, your hand was here. I remember that. And that conversation that we had this morning, that's not a coincidence, dude. But right in that moment, I was getting called, hey, come back to me and come back to your wife. So, again, I need to go ask for some forgiveness. I need to have some humility. I am so thankful that he never left me. I didn't deserve any of this. I don't deserve any of this. But that's one of those things. You can see a guy who's up here on this stage looking like he's got it all together, and he doesn't have shit because he is not recognizing who he needs to follow, who he needs to let in and fill that void inside of himself. And I think a lot of us in this room, we know money's not going to do it. We know a lot of this other shit's not going to do it. It's only a vehicle to help us figure out that the only way is Jesus Christ. That's all I can say. So thank you for the space. Thank you for your friendship and your brotherhood here. Like, here I am.
Stand there. Just put the mic down. Just go stand in the middle of the stage. Bring the jib on him so the home audience can see him. Zoom it in. Step back a little bit, bro, so they can get in on this with you. Bring it all the way around. Get close on him. Come all the way over. Just bring it all the way around. Keep coming. Yep, you can do it. Just keep bringing it. Just faster would be nice. We can get there. It's coming. Yeah, we're still getting there. We're all waiting for you. This is your big moment. There we go. Okay. So hands out of your pockets. Take a knee. You have your moment with him, not for us. Doesn't have to be audible. You do it for you. Gentlemen, there's going to come a time where each of you are going to be asked to do this. And most of you are going to fight this with a fierce amount of terror. No man can be forced to this place. In the end, this is what we are fighting for. Unification under one crown. For many of you, the access point to this is the Queen. Your love for her, your connection with her, and the woman that you're after. She will not show up until you have submitted to the King. Part of her role is to assure that you claim your crown. And until you do, don't be surprised if she does not tolerate anything about you. All of you virtually and here in the room, no music, you got 5 minutes. What is coming true for you right now? Type it up, write it down, no music. Virtual, home audience, same situation. Turn my mic off, please. 30 seconds. Wherever you're at right now is good. We're going to go on a 6-minute share. If you are in the room, in just a minute, we're going to let Scott share some final thoughts with you. And then we're going to go into a breakout here in the room, give you a chance to witness to what you just witnessed for yourself. And virtually at home, brothers, we're going to do the exact same thing. Scott has a commitment that he wants to share with you. Where are you going to go today?
Even before I got up here and decided to chat with you guys this morning, I've already booked a flight to go home. And what I was thinking, obviously, before I put this shirt on, and I was struggling so much with even doing that this morning, was this vision of me walking into my house and having my family, my wife, my oldest, all the way to youngest, and asking for forgiveness. And like I was telling you guys, it wasn't her. Me. So that's what I get to go do. And yet again, this is what I'm going to continue to do because he's asking me to do these things. He's brought me here, and now it's time to go. So that's where I'm going. I'm going home, hopefully to reconcile my family, to receive forgiveness. And if I don't, then that's also a reality too that I'll have to deal with. But it's all in his hands at this point. So that's where I'm headed.
Scott on the stage. Mike on the stage. Coach Sam on the stage. David Fedor on the stage. Matt Edmondson on the stage. Eric on the stage. Yes. Matt Blanton on the stage. Trevor on the stage. Corwin on the stage. Nick on the stage. Scott, I'm going to ask you to pray over this man. There's a microphone down there. I want the men online to be able to hear this.
I'm reminded that the ground is level at the foot of the cross. There is none righteous, no, not one. For we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. The wages of sin is death. The gift of God is eternal life through Christ our Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus, you said that no one comes to the Father, but that the Father draw them. And I thank you for your drawing power in Scott's life and just the humility that makes possible the work of the cross. Thank you that that which has been confessed has been forgiven, and he is free. He is free. He is free. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you. Thank you. So good. You're so good. Your mercies endure forever, and you will give Scott everything he needs as he walks forward in obedience with your calling on his life, in humility, as he's emptied himself, opened himself up, and as he walks in obedience to you, that you will honor, inspire, fulfill the plans that you have for him. You've been working with his wife. You've been working with his children. You've been preparing them for this time. So we receive your message and we share it with our brother. Welcome home. Welcome home, Scott. Welcome home.
Stay here with them. This is where you get to make a decision at home. It's a pretty simple decision. Either the way this thing's going for you is completely unacceptable for you, and if it is, I understand. And if it's too much to tolerate, I'm happy to refund 100% of your money and you can leave today. I don't need your money. We never did this to get your money. But if you're on the other side of that, or you're sitting on the fence and wondering, at this point, is Wake Up Warrior standing for something at a higher level than it ever has before? I'm confident that that wonder is now coming to a close. You are clear about the decision you get to make. If you got to go, you simply email support. I will refund you today. No one's going to chase you down. We're going to delete it. You can just shut your camera off. You can disappear. And I'm not saying that's a wrong decision. But there's no going back from the place that we're going here. You step across this line with us here. There's only forward. There's no back. At home, are you clear about the decision you get to make right now? If you're clear, type in clear. No man will ever be forced to believe anything here. No man will ever be asked to shy away from what he believes and what he knows to be true. This place will be a place of truth for men now and until the day I die. Your truth and standing in a unified truth with us is our request. In the room, you're given the same opportunity. Everything we do here has a certain frame, but it never has pure clarity inside of the containers of that game. The game opens up the way it's supposed to open up. And this, my friend, is my greatest skill. This is why I said it was coming Friday for you. I didn't know why. And now you and I both know. This place is going to rise up leaders who go forth, weaponized with power, to forge paths and lead as beacons in diverse places and reach the unreachable. This is not a religion. We are not a church. This is not a cult. You do not have to follow me. I would prefer you tell me to fuck off. I don't need your friendship. I don't need anything from you. I want your loyalty to yourself and to him. That's a man I can trust. So if he looks me in the eyes and he tells me no, I can trust that no. If he looks me in the eyes and he tells me yes, I can trust that yes. If he says he's going to do something, I can trust he'll do it. If he says he's not going to do it, I can trust that also. In a world of liars, the code itself here must matter. And when you come to this place, you must feel safe to be able to speak that truth no matter what. No matter what it is, no matter how deep it is, and no matter if it's contrarian to what a majority here think. Your ability to speak truth is your access to the kingdom. If you cannot do that here, then yes, we become all of those restrictions. and I will burn it to the fucking ground before I allow that to happen. All races, religions, and men who are committed to truth will be invited to this place. Every nation will be invited to this place. You will not be held out for any reason outside of your unwillingness to speak truth. This will be the foundation. You lie to yourself, you will be cross-checked by men who stand in truth. This not to hurt you, but to guide you back to Him so that you can take on the calling. Sometimes it means giving it all away in order to go find it. Sometimes it means keeping it so that you can fund it. I cannot tell you what your path is here. What I can tell you is you are not here on accident. None of you at home signed up for this on accident. Scott's share this morning was not on accident, nor was it planned. None of what we do here is actually planned. We create frames, and inside of those frames, He delivers us the plan. This is why the tools of warrior have been built the way they are, so that you have freedom to navigate what He is telling you inside of those tools, so that you can do what is required that He is telling you to do. I cannot tell you what to do, but I can guide you to the weapons that you can find out what He is here to tell you to do. What you have seen Scott do is an example of that. Years of work that didn't start this weekend. It started 4 years ago. A commitment to work until he found the call. My brothers, this is my invitation to you. To work until you find the call, and then when you find the call, take a fucking knee. And then rise from that place in power and allow us to see how we can support you in what you've been called to do to build the bridge. Because your peace with us creates the bridge. No man can create this bridge alone. Anyone that attempts will be destroyed. Any man that tries will be run over. Any man that attempts it by himself, as I have, will find himself eroding and being destroyed from the inside out. This is not my fight. This is not your fight. It's not even our fight. We are weapons for a war that began before we got here. What we do next, you will be held accountable to. What you choose to do and not do, you will be held accountable to. Not by me. Not by me. I'm doing the very best I can to do what He's telling me to do. That's why you're here, because He told me to put this on. And so here we are, motherfuckers. Gentlemen, we're going to a share. 6 minutes. Virtual, same thing. Men on the stage, you guys are going to stay together in a group. Scott, you're going to share with them where you're at. In my room, on your feet. Find 3 other brothers. Let's go. Virtually, gentlemen, we're going to give you 8. Make that 8 minutes, not 6. 8 minutes on the share. I want everybody to get a chance to share. Group of 4 or 5. Where are you at this morning after getting started on day number 3? What are you feeling? What are you seeing? What are you experiencing? What are you understanding? And what are you committed to now with what you have witnessed happen here in the first hour of day number 3? Gentlemen, your time begins in 3, 2, 1, and go.